What is up, people? You're welcome back to Zapman Sports. Zapman here once again, and here is the amazing one you've been waiting for: betting tips for Euro 2024. I'm gonna your screen. Once you find it, you tap on it, and it's going to expand to show you the different statistical data for that particular game. Now, here's the interesting thing: I'm going to be looking down because my laptop screen is down. However, you'll be seeing the screen inside this video. Now, when you click inside the game, what hits your face are the odds, right? You see the details here. Now, odds basically show the probability of the team winning, drawing, or losing. That's what odds are all about, right? And so here you see the odds for Austria to win this game is 5.75. So it means if you wagered 100 cedis in the game, you're going to win 575 cedis. Now, I'm based in Ghana, that's why I'm using cedis. So whatever country it is you're in, then the currency also applies as well. Now, the odds for this game ending in a draw is 4.50. So it means that if you wagered 100 cedis, you win 450 cedis, and so on and so forth. France as well. If France should win and your prediction is correct, you win 153 cedis. Now, as a rule of thumb, the lower the odds, the higher the probability of you winning, and the higher the odds, the lower the probability of you winning. But as you know, again, football is an unpredictable sport. Anything can happen. Even when sometimes the probability or the odds are really low, you can still lose even when you go for that bet. But it's better to play it safe than to do the opposite, right? Now, this is very, very interesting. I want you to take note of it. I would never advise you to do an outright betting. Outright betting means when you say this team is going to win, or that team is going to win, or it's going to end in a draw, because you can never know for sure if a team will win or not. Your favorites to win this game based on the odds will be France, but France might get a red card at the end of the game, like at the start of the game. What if they get 2 red cards? How does this impact the game? So you want to analyze all of those things and see the factors that might influence how the game may go. So you want to always hedge your bets by doing something that's in the bit of probability and hedging. I'll explain what that means. So for me, basically, I've had a lot of luck trading betting with handicaps, doing handicap betting and doing goals betting. That's because it is not an outright bet, right? It's just like a probability sort of betting where you are kind of hedged in, and I'll explain what that means as I go along. But let's delve right into it. First, you want to scroll to matches. You want to go to where you find matches, and then we can analyze this game. So team streaks. So France, first team to score. So in the past few games they've played, they've been the first team to score, and there's a low odd for France scoring first, as opposed to Austria, which is 3.25. It's also a low odd as well, but when you compare it to France, France has a lower odd of scoring first in this game. Now let's go to no losses. And this is really impressive for Austria. So you should be very careful when placing a bet on this game. Austria has not lost, or they haven't lost the past 7 games. They have not lost the past 7 games as compared to 3 from France. So Austria has a better record than France in terms of having not lost in the past 7 games, and then France has not lost in the past 3 games. Now here's another interesting point: without clean sheet. Austria has been without clean sheet in the last 3 games. So that means that there's been at least 1 goal scored. So if you want to go for goals, just know that there will be at least 1 goal in this game, because Austria has not kept a clean sheet in 3 games running. Would this be the 4th? Well, there may be a high chance, but let's keep going. Now the next one here says more than 2.5 goals. More than 2.5 goals means that in the total number of goals that were scored in that particular game was at least 3, because it was more than 2.5 goals, right? And 7 out of the 9 games that France have played, there's been at least 3 goals in that game. So that's an 80% stats. So in 80% of the 9 games they've played, there's been at least 3 goals in that game, right? And then for Austria, there's been less than 2.5 goals scored in the past 5 games they've played. In the past 5 games they've played in the 7 games that they've played, right? And then they've been the first to score, Austria, in the past 7 out of 7 games. They've been the first to score in the past 7 out of 7 games. So there's one thing that's for sure: Austria always scores, because they've scored in the past 7 games, which is an amazing streak. So you should know, again, there will be another goal in this game. Now, first half winner. In the past 6 games they played, at the end of the first half, they've had more goals than the opponents, which is showing that yes, they have intent of goals. There will be goals in this game. Secondly, as well, France as well, out of the 8 games they play, 6 of them they've had more goals than the opponent. So this is a game where you want to do something called goal GG. Goal means that the two sides are going to score. So Austria is going to score and France is going to score. But this one, why is a bit risky, is because there might be at least 2 goals in this game, but Austria may not score or France may not score, and it might be 2-0 for one side or 3-0 for one side or something. But what is sure in this game is there will be goals, and it could be 0 over 1.5. Now I'm going to skip the cards and I'm going to skip the corners because that's not the focus of this video. So I'm going to go to head to head. Now the times that France have played in recent times with Austria, they've not lost in the last 3 games. So in the last 3 games in recent times, they've not lost. So is this going to be the 4th time where France is not going to lose? Now, without clean sheet, Austria has not kept clean sheets in the past 6 times they've played against France. So it means that there's a high chance that France will score a goal based on the data we are seeing here. So one interesting bet you may want to do is over 0.5 for France, right? So now let's look at the head-to-head in the past few games that France and Austria have played. You can see here France 2-0, Austria, France 1-1, 3-1, and so there's been goals. So in all of these games, it's only one game, and that happened in 1982, where France only scored 1 goal against excuse me, only scored 1 goal against Austria. The rest, there's been over 1.5 goals, so at least 2 goals. And also let's analyze each of them. Now look at Austria. The past few games they played 1-1, 2-1, 6-1, 0-2, 2-0. You could see they have goals in them. When you analyze all of this game, there was only one game that they played against Azerbaijan where they even won that game, but it only ended 1-0 and they had the red card. So you can see that there's so many goals here in Austria. Austria has goals in them. So GG may actually play in this game based on the data I'm seeing here. So Austria may score a goal and France will score a goal, and this is a very good game for GG. So let me go into France as well and see how many goals they've scored. Sorry. All right, so when you go into the France game to see the amount of goals they've scored, the last game, France, this was a weird one. I mean, this particular game really stressed us out, you know, 0-0, where we're expecting to get some goals. I mean, it ended 0-0, and which is understandable because of the tactic that the French coach decided to play, rested some players because Euro was like 4 days away from this game. So he has to play safe. But the rest of the games, you can see France, Luxembourg 3-0, 3-2. So there are goals in France. In fact, see Gibraltar 14-0. That's a lot of goals. So France has goals. They have goals in them, right? So you can see that Austria, their goals there, France, their goals there. So you know that there's a high chance for France to score, there's a high chance for Austria to score. And this is a very good game where you can do goal, even though it's a bit risky, but it's a very good game based on the evidence of the data we are seeing. So you can either do goal, or you can play safe and say over 1.5 for this particular game. Now let's look at head to head. Let's see who is going to win, who is not going to win, so we know how to go about the handicap. Now for the handicap, let's analyze. All right, France, their last game, France won 2-0. In fact, let's look at France first of all and see the games they won and by what score margin they won. So we see here 2-0, we see here 3-1, we see here 1-0. So France has won. The highest margin in goals is 2. So 3-1 and 2-0. The goal difference was 2. So that would mean that if I could give Austria a handicap of 3-0. So giving Austria a handicap of 3-0 to win, because based on historical data, France has not won Austria more than 3 goals, and in recent evidence as well, Austria has not conceded in the last 7 games. They've considered under 2.5 goals. Sorry, let me just go back to SofaScore on my screen, for some weird reason my screen just wandered off. Let me go back to the data. All right, just go back to matches. All right, so I'll give Austria a handicap of 3-0. That's because based on historical evidence, France has not been able to win them by more than 2 goals. Austria has been in good form. They've not considered more than a certain amount of goals. They've not considered more than 2 goals in their past few games, and the goal difference when they do lose is not more than 2. Let's look at it. look at Austria. Let's go to where they lost. The last time they lost was against Belgium. That's 13th October 2023, and they lost by 3-2, just one. So if I'm giving them a handicap of 3-0, means that I'm giving them 3 goals, an advantage of 3 goals at the start of the game. So it means that the only way the bet will lose is if France will score 3 goals without a reply from Austria. If the game ends 3-1 in France's favor, the bet has been won. If it ends 3-2 in France's favor, the bet has been won. If it ends 3-3, obviously it's been won. If Austria should win or draw, the bet has won as well. So that's a very good bet. So let me open this. So based on the analysis so far, these are the bets I would recommend. By the way, this is not financial advice. I'll say France over 0.5, and these are the odds from Sporty Bet. Austria versus France over 1.5, odds from Sporty Bet. Austria handicap 3-0, and then France are favorites to win based on the data you're seeing, but I just like to play it safe, and I gave France a handicap of 1-0. I tried initially to give them a handicap of 2-0, but it was too low. The odds were just too low. But odds of handicap of 1-0 is 1.15 odds, and I think that's reasonable enough. For Austria versus France, under 4.5, because when you look based on the historical evidence, let me check the head-to-head again. So you see that the highest goal scoring game that they have ever played was in 1934, and Austria-France, that was 3-2. Austria-France, that was 3-2, and that was in 1934. That's so many years. But in recent times, you see, there's not been more than like 4 goals scored, and I'm guessing it's going to continue again. However, you can either play this under 4.5 or you can play under 5.5, but the odds for under 5.5 is really low. Based on historical settings, I would say under 4.5 for this. Okay, now the last one I didn't cover here is the Austria-France goal. That's a very good one as well, goal. So let me go to Sporty Bet and check for the odds. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Sporty Bet, neither is it sponsored by SofaScore. I just happen to use those platforms for my analysis and my betting. So let me look for France. Let me go to football. Today's Euro is here. Let me just click on Euro. Let me click on Euro. Okay, so Austria versus France. Okay, let's look for goal. All right, so you just click on goals over here. Let's see, goal. So goal. Okay, no, this first half. Let me see the overall goal. Just a sec. See GG. Okay, so no, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the overall like goal for the entire game. Anyway, when you find it on your betting platform, that's a very good bet to play as well. Another disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Do with this information what you will. It's for educational purposes only. So yeah, all the best. I'll probably do an analysis for the other game playing today as well, and I'll definitely do analysis for the Portugal game tomorrow. Until our next video, take care guys. Cheers.